All right. Good morning, everybody. I know we have a lot of people missing just because of Success Series, but I'm glad that I have you guys. Hopefully everybody had a good week. I have a couple visitors today, so I'm going to jump right into having our visitors speak just because I know that their time's valuable. They're busy out working with buyers and helping buyers. So I'm going to start with Tiffany Cross. Tiffany is with, it's weird to say Cross now.
I know.
Tiffany is with Dedicated Credit Repair. So I'm hoping both of you will be able to tell us what's changing in our market now with COVID.
Okay, so I'll kind of give the short and sweet version of it, but obviously the hot word on the street is forbearance, right? So we've been talking about that endlessly. And of course, having been in this industry now for 15 years, it was no surprise that what was being said would happen would be very different than what's actually occurring. So I just want to give some bullet point comments about what we're seeing is regarding credit. All of the news channels are encouraging consumers to contact their mortgage companies and inquire about their options. They're saying, be proactive, contact your mortgage company. You never know if you're going to need a forbearance. So now's the time to ask and inquire about getting information. What they're doing though, in response to that, is if a consumer calls and inquires about a forbearance, whether they're underemployed or unemployed, or possibly concerned about either of the two of those happening, they may get off the phone not deciding to do a forbearance or go into that situation, but we're still seeing that the words forbearance are appearing on credit reports. Now,
even if they don't do it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh,
so there's a panel, I'm actually a part of a panel, of course, of credit experts nationwide, but also I'm on several web forums where it's lenders, direct lenders, brokers, you know, you name it. All across the board, every type of lender basically suggesting that they're seeing the exact same thing. So they're seeing the forbearance words, depending on the scenario, of course, whether or not it hurts the score is, you know, to be determined. I will tell you this though, when the words forbearance so far in the 20 to 30 cases that we've seen just in the last 5 days, the words forbearance hitting the credit report, even without a 30-day late, dropped the score an average of 20 to 38 points, being the highest percentage. Now, the CARES Act was put in place to protect consumers against negative items being reported on a credit profile during this 90-day period of time. So, of course, what the lenders are responding with is, hey, listen, we're not putting 30-day lates on the report, so therefore we're in compliance with the CARES Act. Unfortunately, the words forbearance in and of themselves not only create the lack of points, but they're also creating underwriting disasters when people are thinking about, of course, refinancing or purchasing in the next 6 months to a year, just like we saw with loan modifications back in 2010. So I just wanted to be super clear with everyone. This is the time to get all the information out to your clients. You know, unfortunately, it should not be the case that inquiring about a mortgage forbearance damages the scores, but so far we're seeing that it is. Now, that being said, there are workarounds because the CARES Act is so vague and incomplete, frankly. It's allowed, we're using it already to bulldog the credit bureaus for deleting the words forbearance. So that is something in the works. We are definitely working on it. We've also seen words such as deferment, mortgage deferment. We've also seen natural disaster in place of the words forbearance. So there are 3 different variations of that scenario that we're seeing pretty commonly on credit reports. We are hearing from lenders that it's absolutely a deal breaker regarding a refinance or purchase if even the words appear. So it doesn't even have to be 30-day lates that they're seeing, just the words. So be cautious. You know, definitely let us know if you are seeing them. Especially if the consumer just said, hey, listen, all I did was make a phone call. Please let us know, because that in and of itself should be entitled to a deletion of those remarks occurring on the credit profile. I also wanted to mention to you that that lenders outside of mortgages, so for example, Capital One in particular, you guys know how much I love them. I talk about them with ugly faces on when I talk about them when I come to your office. But once again, they're proving their true colors. They're actually not reporting anything right now for the next 90 days. So if you actually have a Capital One card, it's not late, you have not missed any payments, it is not uncommon for them to just simply stop reporting at all. And so what that's doing is we've got clients that are coming who have already graduated from our program. They were in the process of getting pre-qualified. The lender just sent them back and said they're missed their 40-point shy of qualification. What happened? Well, we're looking back at the credit reports and saying nothing. They have no new late payments. The only thing affecting their score negatively now is that the positive accounts with Capital One are no longer reporting. So we're seeing that creditors are doing that. The common thread is they just don't want to be in violations of the CARES Act. So rather than just not reporting negative information, they're simply not reporting at all. So as you guys know, we talk about this all the time, 15% of the score is your credit history, and 30% of your credit score or FICO score is your utilization of credit. So if any positive credit payment history is missing from the credit profile, that in and of itself will damage the scores. So just wanted to touch base with you guys on a couple of those things. Like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, this is temporary. Those drops in credit will absolutely come back once the creditors start reporting that positive history, as long as the consumer did not miss any payments during this period of time.
That's crazy. And then I also read that there are scammers out there trying to help people with forbearance and stuff. Either you or Heather can probably speak on that, right?
Yeah, we've seen some of that where people are getting contacted. There's no servicing bank that's going to contact you to try to help you. So if someone's, reaching out, talking about helping you decide on forbearance, don't take the call.
So something that we need to warn all of our clients about. And that, I mean, we should have already by now reached out to our past clients, but it might be worth another call to just give everybody a heads up about these scammers.
I just wanted to throw one more thing out there too, Shannon. As far as any realtors out there who are like, listen, this is affecting me personally and my income, if that's happening, certainly it wouldn't be uncommon for it to be happening to 1 in 3 people in America right now. So certainly no shame in your game. If you have concerns and you have questions personally regarding, hey, how do I mitigate the next 3 to 6 months in my own personal financial world, please call me, because although I'm not a financial advisor and certainly don't pretend to be one, there are workarounds. There are ways to choose different options as far as payment strategies on your own existing scenarios, whether it be payment strategies on credit cards. I will say right now they are having incredible interest rates on business lines of credit. And they've loosened guidelines on what that looks like, amazing interest rates. Also, now is the time as a consumer, especially if you are a realtor or a lender or somebody that is, even hairdressers, we're talking about, 1099 employees. Now is the time to contact your existing credit card companies and ask for credit limit increases. Credit limit increases. The goal, of course, is not to be going into debt, although if we have access to credit cards right now, that might be an unfortunate lifeline that we have to use. But certainly now is the time to increase those credit limits, because by simply doing that, your credit utilization ratio will drop down to 25, 35%, hopefully. And that in and of itself can offset any sort of damage that's done right now if you are in a forbearance. So like I said, there's strategies in place. I don't like to create fear. I certainly don't want to do that today. I just want to educate and keep all of the relevant credit hot topics on top of mind so that you're aware of it when you're talking to consumers. But more importantly, you guys are friends of mine and I consider you business partners. So if this is affecting you personally offline, please call me and we can connect and strategize.
Oh, sounds good.
Sorry.
Somebody agrees.
Thank you so much, Tiffany, for all that information. I really, really appreciate it. I'm sure my agents will probably listen to this a couple times to get that information out.
Thank you for including me, and do not hesitate to reach out.
All right, you're
Okay.
welcome. I'll see you soon.
Thank you guys. Thanks.
All
Bye.
right, bye. All right, so Heather is with CIB Funding. And some of you know her and some of you don't, but I've had some requests for some information from a lender live. So Heather, tell us what's happening in the mortgage world. It kind of goes hand in hand with what Tiffany just talked about.
Hi, you guys. I'm Heather Hakes, and I'm the regional manager of CIB Funding Golden Empire Mortgage. Been with the company 20 years in June. So I've been around a long time. And what we've seen recently, first of all, I have my partner in crime, Trent, is on the other side of the room. For all of you who do business with me, you probably know Trent's probably the smarter one of the two. Anyways, the COVID-19 pandemic affecting mortgage financing, initially when we first had this crisis occur, the big issues were the banks, the investors, everybody, the liquidity was huge. I don't want to get into too many details about mortgage-backed securities or how the banking system works, but you saw interest rates go up drastically because they had to cut off the spigot, so to speak. The good news is the Fed stepped in and now largely controls Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and they also have jumped into the Ginnie Mae, which is FHA and VA. So you've probably seen interest rates, especially conventional FHA and Ginnie Mae, VA, get the lowest that I'm sure Shannon and I can possibly remember. We anticipate rates to even maybe get into the high twos. That's kind of where the direction is looking. But the flip side of that is we are looking at loans under a microscope, especially loans that are in the jumbo arena. That's a difficult avenue. Obviously, when we have loans coming in, we want to verify that people are still working. And unfortunately, personally, I've already had in the first 30 days people calling saying, hey, I can't make my first house payment. So one thing is, you can't make your first house payment. Now that loan's not even, if it's a conventional or FHA, it's not insured yet through Fannie, Freddie, or Ginnie. We got to get the loan insured in order for you to even participate in a forbearance. So we'll do whatever we can to help them get that first payment made. So that's one of the biggest concerns right now. You have someone come to you and they're self-employed. Self-employment is a tough avenue because we want to make sure they still have livelihood. And so we have to kind of be like the judge and juror of what type of business they're running. How does that look? So we're asking for invoices, contracts, proof that they're still making money. And, we've never done that in, 30 years that I've done business. We've never gone into this environment. So the good news is that we're coming out of the coronavirus. What's the news going to look like economically? We're seeing loan to values getting cut on cash out type loans. I saw yesterday Freddie Mac reduced their cash out strategy to 70% as opposed to 80%. FICO score requirements are getting significantly kicked up. I'm sure down payment assistance, we're up to 660. Well, at that point, 660, you could almost do a much better type loan program. Usually a down payment assistance is for someone who has subservient credit and no money. So everything is tightened up. As soon as we start getting this economy rolled back, I'm sure they'll loosen up. I'll tell you, things are changing every single day. So it's not like the banks aren't trying to accommodate, but they make the decisions. The government cannot come in and dictate these banks to do forbearance. Tiffany talked about forbearance. One of the things about forbearance, the banks don't make that decision. The government doesn't make that decision. The banks make the decision on the program. The good news is FHA on that forbearance has a much better option right now than conventional. Conventional forbearance is case by case, bank by bank. I've had some situations where I've actually helped some of my real estate partners because they can't make their payments, and I've been on the phone with that lender because, first of all, the person you're talking to is probably doesn't know as much as the borrower. I can tell that it's a very intern position being on the phone responding to these forbearance requests. So I'm happy to do a three-way call and ask the right questions. I made sure my last real estate agent knew that there would not be a forbearance dictated to their credit report, because I know, like Tiffany said, the word forbearance immediately kicks you out of a loan approval. It just does. But with the lending strategies, I will tell you, we're still selling houses. We're seeing some multiple offers still in some hot spots. We're still seeing the lower price points having multiple offers. I had a borrower yesterday from Texas. She's going to buy a house in Fallbrook, sight unseen, kind of nervous to me. She goes, no, I'm just doing it. We're doing a virtual tour and we're getting her loan approved. So people are still buying houses. We're busy. Refis are busy, obviously, because of rates being low, but I think the sooner we can get back to work, we'll see a bigger, quicker recovery. So that's what I'm seeing right now. As far as the FICO score requirements go, we do look at credit for you also. And if there's an easy fix, we usually can do something for free and get it fixed. But again, if you have to go to Tiffany's strategy, that's also an option. But I think that we're busy. I think California has always been unique because we have the best weather and we have people still moving to California. So get out there and work, would you? No.
I see, I hear about them talking about forbearance. Have you had anybody that you've heard actually get loan deferment instead of forbearance?
Well, so for example, FHA, if you guys have been following it, FHA is pretty cool in the fact that, I'll give you an example. One of my real estate partners who has an FHA loan, their servicing bank came in and they offered them 90 days of forbearance. But what they're doing is they're allowing that balance to be a second lien. After 90 days, they'll do another 90 days. And by the way, I happen to know they'll go a year. So what will happen is if you can't make your payments for a year, that money on FHA is going to be added to a second lien, like a CalHFA loan at 0% rate. And if you sell or refinance, you have to pay that lien back. But you don't have to make any payments on it until you sell or refinance. So it's very similar to a CalHFA type loan where you don't make any payments. It's like a silent second. That's what FHA is offering. So that is a great opportunity. Now, conventional is a different animal. That's where each lender, I know Bank of America is much more rigid than a Wells Fargo right now. Some of our servicing banks, they're doing 90-day forbearance. And after 90 days, they're going to give you some options. They're going to say, we'll let you go another 90 days, or we'll let you do a loan modification. And they're going to do loan modifications, or they're going to want their money due and payable. So,
for all the months that they missed.
For all the months that they missed. However, we've been here before, Shannon. Remember in 2008 and 9, it was all pretty strict in the beginning and then it got pretty loose at the end. I think the same thing will happen. I really do. If you can make your house payment, make your house payment. I've really encouraged people to make their house payments if at all. A lot of people are just trying to take advantage of the system also, where I'm like, I mean, one of my clients, I go, whoa, you put 25% down. I happen to know you got a couple $100,000 in the bank. I understand your work has shut you off, but you better make a couple of these payments because you had the money. So some people are looking to take advantage of the system. So encourage them, you got to make your payment. It's at the end of the day, I think each servicing bank does not want to foreclose. You know how expensive it is to do all that. They want you back and they want their payments. So it'll be interesting. I'm happy if anybody needs help, I'll get on a 3-way call and talk to the servicing bank because, again, if they don't know what they're talking about on the other side, I just get a supervisor on the phone because they've been telling some wrong information too. So you want to make sure you have someone on that servicing bank side who knows what they're talking about.
Right. And so
I can't hear
say
you.
Foreclosure. So what do you think? Do you think that we might start seeing foreclosures after all this is over? I mean, it's kind of early.
I think it's early. I think a year you will. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I think it's worse than it was in 2008 because of all the loss of jobs, and I don't think those jobs will come back fast enough. I hope they do. But
I agree.
I mean, I don't want to be the doom and gloomer as far as foreclosure or short sales go, but I would definitely take some classes on short sales.
Yep.
We've already seen decline in some value, which is weird because we still are getting a lot of multiple offers and hot pockets. I mean, there's some hot pockets right now.
Well, we actually, we're lucky that we sell in Temecula Valley. We are in the prime sale price of those hot pockets. So for us, it doesn't feel like it's doom and gloom here because if you do have buyers out there right now, I'm showing one this afternoon. As a matter of fact, they've already got 2 offers. I haven't even got to see the house yet.
In Temecula?
In Temecula.
Yeah. So where I'm seeing the hits right now are San Jacinto, Hemet, and Paris. I'm seeing decline in value there, but stuff is moving. So that's the only areas that I'm seeing in our valley. Right, Temecula, Murrieta, Fallbrook is moving right now. I don't know, boy. Coast is still moving. The high end stuff is not, but.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that. It seems like it's slowing down a lot. Does anybody have questions? You guys can unmute yourself and ask Heather a question if you have one.
Come on, have a question.
No? No?
I have a question. This is
Yes.
Chastity. So I have a client. Their scores are down pretty low. So I wouldn't even necessarily call them a client right now. But I have someone that is like interested in purchasing, and they're having a hard time getting approved. They were working with the lender, and the lender was talking about doing a rapid rescore. But this was before everything happened.
Right.
And now the rapid rescore has kind of slowed down, and I'm just kind of wanting to pick your brain about that and see if you have any insight.
Well, rapid rescoring, is costs money. And what happens is if the loan officer or the lender, again, I don't know this scenario, but there's an investment put out by the lender or the loan officer themselves, because legally we cannot collect for those rapid rescores. And those cost us about $75 a trade line. So if we need 3, 6, 9 figured out and fixed, and next thing you know, that client never buys, that loan officer is out that money. So that specific loan officer or mortgage company might not have the funds, or he might not have the funds to fix that person's credit. Because you can't charge for it. It's just illegal, because we're not a credit repair company. So you have to have that, is it a little loan where it's only $100,000 or $200,000, where they don't really have the initiative to do that rescore for you, or is their company not allowing it right now? There's a lot of questions there that would need to be answered. I'm always happy, or one of my loan officers is always happy to see how that looks. But there's a lot of investment involved in that rescoring.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anybody else before we let Heather go? Nope.
Is that it, folks?
That's it. All right. Thank you, Heather, so much. I appreciate you joining us today. Hopefully we'll see each other soon in person.
Yes, we have to have the Duffy Friday, girls.
Bye.
All right. Have a great day.
Bye. Bye, you guys.
Okay, so let's move on and talk about our normal stuff. So how many people actually, let me change my screen here. Oh, I think my thing is going out, whatever. So how many people were on Mark's Facebook yesterday? Thought it was a good one. Anybody?
Yes.
Yeah, I really liked yesterday's sentiments. He was saying that what are you trying to achieve this year? That's what we should be focusing on, not the doom and gloom. We've got to start focusing on how we're going to pull ourselves out of this now. Hopefully, we with states opening up across the United States, we are, for sure 2 to 4 weeks away from opening at a minimum, but we can see maybe the light at the end of the tunnel now. And so we can't keep, sitting here waiting. We should be actively working right now. And so you guys coming to meetings like this is definitely helping your business and going to trainings. You're growing throughout all of this. Look how we all learned how to do these virtual meetings, and we're learning how to do videos that we never ever wanted to do before. I mean, we're actually getting in front of the camera, and we hate it, but we just grew in 2 months. You just learned so much. So I'm really happy to say that we've got to start focusing on getting back to our goals of what were we trying to accomplish this year in the first place. So let's talk about good news. Who has good news for the week? Anybody want to share?
I do.
Yeah. Andrea?
Oh, good. Okay. Well, it is good news. Okay, our lovely Lamond home that's been a curse is now listed at 430.
Nice.
So we are getting a lot of calls. We're very excited. So if any of you guys know, that's a great price in Heritage. I mean, it really is. That's a steal. So that's good news. We have 2 pieces of land actually getting a lot of calls on. We don't
Nice.
really know if we're in the right place, but we're getting a lot of calls. So that's a good thing. And that's it.
Awesome. That's great news. I mean, the activity's out there, and I
Yeah.
think that the price change on Lamond is gonna, oh my gosh, you should have multiple offers,
Oh,
right?
yeah, we're getting a lot of calls, a lot of appointments already. We already have 5.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's great.
Mhm.
Who else has good news?
I do.
Hi, Kim.
My,
Kim has good news every week. I love
I
it.
know.
well, I don't know. We'll see. My Carlsbad listing, they decided to drop the price, so we're down at 199.
Wow.
We came down 15,000.
Wow.
Yeah. They identified a house in Julian. They're so all over the place, but they want to write an offer today, a contingent offer on this house. So we'll see. I got 2 phone calls yesterday. We'll see. That it's a great house. That land lease is just a little much. I also have a buyer need. This gal takes care of her brother who is in a wheelchair, and they need something with kind of a next gen setup, or could be 2-story, but they would need at least 2 bedrooms downstairs so she can be near him. But it has to be to where he can take his wheelchair into the bedroom with a bathroom, and it's a motorized chair, and be able to turn it around and make it functional. She's ready to go up to 550. Would prefer French Valley area or kind of more north Temecula, and would like something newer, not something that needs work. She also has children and a full plate. So if anybody hears of anything, let me know. I haven't started looking yet. I just talked to her.
I can tell you right now, I know one because my buyer looked at it on Duclair, and it's in Winchester. It might be a little, I'm not sure on the pricing, but it's in the price range of your buyer. So check it out.
Okay, will do.
It has
Thank
a
you.
next gen.
Perfect.
Yeah. Who else? Anybody else have good news this week?
Finally, people are looking at my listing. I've had more people look at it now than I did when there was nothing going on.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've had like four showings already. Just
Oh, that's
Really?
because it's vacant. So
Yeah.
vacant listings right now are where it's at.
yeah. So hopefully,
Good news. That's awesome. Anybody else?
I've got some good news.
Danny? Oh,
My first listing's going live on Friday. I'm
yay.
excited. It's down in Vista. So if you have any North County buyers, let me know.
Tell us about it.
Congratulations.
Do you have any info on it?
Yeah, Danny, tell us about it.
Sorry, my house is really loud, but these crying babies. It's 4 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms. It's just shy of 2,200 square feet. And it's vacant, and they're flexible on price. They just want it gone. But it's beautiful. It was built in 1988, and it's still very original. Original owners for the last 32 years. So it needs some work, but it's pretty and it's big.
What was the price?
We're starting at 620. Can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. 620.
How
Got
much
it.
land?
Now,
How
There's
much land?
not much land. It's maybe a quarter of an acre. I don't remember the exact lot size off the bat, but it's got it's in a tract area, and it's got a $94 HOA, and they take care of all the common areas and the walls and the fences. And in the backyard, there's an orange tree, lemon tree, and an avocado tree. and then really nice, beautiful artificial turf on the front one.
Never heard of artificial turf called beautiful.
It is. I didn't know it was fake until I walked on it.
Wow, that's good. That's good fake grass.
Yeah, it was probably really expensive. It looks really real.
All right, I saw Jill pipe up for a second there. Jill, you have good news?
I do. I listed Breton, the one with the pool, on Friday, and we already have an offer. We've had about 6 showings and a couple more people that want to show. So we're in the counter offer stage now, so fingers crossed.
Wow, that was fast.
Wow.
Right? So I was shocked like how much activity we've been getting, so that's nice. And then I just listed another one that's going to go active on Friday. It's about almost 2,600 square foot single story in Prince Shelley and Adeline's Farm. Immaculate, real hardwood floors, plantation shutters, all the windows are cased. Really pretty backyard with luma wood, patio cover, lots of flowers. It's beautiful. And it's going to be $499. Seems a little pricey, but they have over $100,000 in upgrades in it. So. And then I just got a text while we were at the meeting that I have an appointment on Monday to list another one in French Valley. It's 2 stories, 2,700 square feet. And I think that one's going to be around $469, $479.
Nice.
That's it.
Listings are where it's at right now.
Yay.
Wow. You've been busy, Jill.
I had plenty of time to rest.
So just the stats for the week for the last 7 days, new listings on the market. This is as of yesterday at 2:30. We had 119 new listings this week. Last week we had 141, so those are down like 20. But new pendings for the week, 258 pendings. And that's up about 50 from the week before. So people are definitely coming out and showing property. We had 126 solds in the valley, and that's up 25 from the week before. We had 20 canceled and 39 hold. And those are pretty close to the week before. So it seems like things are starting to move. I have a listing coming. I forgot to mention this. I have a listing coming in Menifee. It's going to go on the market on Monday. It's just under 2,500 square feet in, I forget the name of that community over there. Anyway, in Menifee, it's like 4 bedrooms, could be a 5-bedroom, 3 full bathrooms, and it's going to be listed at $418. So, what is the Audie Murphy Ranch? It's in Audie Murphy Ranch. So the HOAs over there are pretty decent, and they have great parks. So if you guys know anybody, it is owner occupied. So, showings will be, with COVID rules and things like that, but send your buyers over there. All right. So our Monday morning coffee meetings, we talked this week a little bit about trying to do something for our community. And I suggested that maybe we try to donate somewhere. We've got we have Joker Jackpot money, and I want to put it out to you guys because this is all your money, your dollars, your single dollars that you put in for the weekly drawings. We have $261 in that pot right now. And I thought it would be great if we could take that and maybe add to it and do something with it. So some of the suggestions were to donate to a food bank, or maybe pay for lunches for our healthcare workers. So what do you guys say? This is going to be completely up to you.
I have a little comment. I mean, I know it's really nice when they say that, the food bank would be my choice, but for the healthcare workers, I have a son-in-law who is a healthcare worker, and he's commented himself, he feels a little guilty because they're working, so they don't have any shortage of food. They feel guilty sometimes almost taking these free meals from people. So in my opinion, I think it'd be better to a food bank.
I do too.
I do too.
I agree.
Jody-
I agree. I
Jody's
think food banks
Jody's
are
got her
full
hand
right
up, so
now.
I assume that means yes too.
And I don't
Okay.
have a problem with the Joker money and adding to it.
Okay, I appreciate you saying that because I figure, we could start over with that when we get back to our live meetings.
Yeah.
So you guys just tell us, we'll start that again and it'll eventually work its way back up to that number again.
Yeah.
So,
And Shannon, do we have a lot of extra money in the Sunshine Fund?
oh, we probably
Over
do.
$900 right now.
How
So,
much, Adam?
a little over 900, I think.
Yeah, so the Sunshine Fund, for those of us who've been around since the tar bell, that was just to cover our, the bottled water and the coffee, because tar bell didn't pay for those things. So we all put in $5 a month.
Yeah.
And we've never used it all. So we can definitely take from that too. So if everybody's okay with that, we'll go ahead and.
Oh no, this is a pussy.
Judy.
I'm gonna ask Maria Hill, because Marianne had a really great idea about maybe we should publicize it on social media and get maybe some of the community to contribute to it as well. I mean, that will get us some exposure for our office and then also, show us doing a good deed. So I'm gonna work with Maria Hill on some marketing graphics for that, but I am not sure how to go about doing that on Facebook. So is anybody done, besides doing the GoFundMe, I've done that, but is there any place where they won't take money from the fund? Marianne, do you know?
I'm not sure, but I can check into it. There might be like a link that you can link it to, I don't know where or how, but I think there might be like a certain link that would go to an account or something, but I can check into it for you. I know I've had a couple of friends who've done it.
Yeah, I've seen people do it for their birthdays, like they're donating to charity, and I just wonder if there was a cost for doing that, or if the charity is on Facebook, if it goes direct, I'm not sure. Does anybody and then the other question is, if we do the food bank, what's our food bank out? I don't even know. This is bad. Who's our local food bank?
There's that one in Temecula that we did for Christmas. Do you remember which one it was, Danny? Did you do the same one I did? There's one that we delivered.
The other one that I contribute to is the food pantry in Murrieta.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one in Temecula is really well run.
Yeah, it is. It's the one off Enterprise Circle or something?
Yeah. Off of Enterprise Circle.
You know who might know is Tracy Gordamonde or whatever. She's that big.
Yes.
Yeah, she's that big Facebook. I just took her class, so she might know something.
I'll reach out to her. I have her number.
You know what, Shannon, too? I kept a card from somebody we dealt with at Tarbell. I don't know if it's the same person that would come and pick up all the food. I have their card, so I'll look and see who that is as well.
Okay.
Also, can you hear me? It's Linda. Veronica gave me a card as well. She donated to 2, so when we did the food drive, we donated to 2, and one of them I really, really liked was, it's Mission Valley or Mission.
Yep.
Does that ring a bell, anyone?
Yeah. That's who I think I have the card on.
I know a gal that volunteers there, so I'll see if I can get a name and let you know, Shannon.
Okay, that sounds great. Awesome. I'm excited.
We may be able to get a link from the food bank that we choose where people can donate directly instead of doing a GoFundMe fund. And people may be more apt to donate direct.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we maybe in our marketing tool, we can just say, if you wish to donate, please donate direct to this. This is where we're going.
That's exactly what I'm looking for, is something where we're not going to be in charge, or I'd like to go straight to them and not have a third party be there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Taking a cut. Yeah.
Okay, so that will be something I'll work on this week. I really didn't want to be in charge of it though. Does somebody want to take the lead on this? I mean, I can work with marketing on it for sure. If once we nail down who we're giving it to.
I can work on it. I'll
Oh.
take it.
Okay, Donna, so get with Linda or Andrea about that mission place, if that's the Temecula. Of course, we want it to stay in our community that we're serving.
Temecula.
Okay.
Right.
And then I'll talk with Maria. I know our Nevada offices have already done something similar. So she probably already has some artwork that's done and we just need to tweak it a little bit. So nothing will be put out until I run it by you guys and everybody says, yes, go, and we'll go for it. But the sooner the better, of course, I think, if we get started. And then last thing is last night we did our book club. That was a lot of fun. And Jill had already started on a new book, so we let her pick the book that we're just going to read the book Jill already started on for the next go round. It's called Then She Was Gone, Lisa Jewell. Can you guys see that? So that's going to be our new book club for the next month, I guess. And then hopefully this time when we're done reading it, we can actually get together in person. And although these meetings are just as good, it's just that it's more fun to drink together, live together. All right, so anybody else have comments? Did I miss anything? Oh, pandemic unemployment assistance. Anybody try it yet? Try to get some?
Carla and I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
That's
well,
awesome.
we don't know. We just signed up. Now, we're thinking we answered some things wrong, but I said to her, they're going to give you an appointment no matter what. They're normally a call. And that's where you better have your act together.
I was helping a friend of mine, another realtor friend of mine yesterday who was on, and I will say that that document I sent out late yesterday afternoon, it really should help you walk through because it's specifically for realtors. So it tells you, click this button, say this, say that, etc.
Yeah.
So
we did it last week, so we missed but anyways, I said that.
Well, the pandemic unemployment assistance just started yesterday. So if you applied for regular unemployment last week, you're going to probably get denied. So I would recommend, if they didn't say denied already, I would try again with the pandemic one.
Well, that's the one I thought we filled out. Carla, are you on?
You didn't, Andrea. You did something else, honey. Call me.
Oh yeah, no, that was the grant. But we actually went on we did the grant, but we haven't heard anything on that.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. So that's good.
It wasn't last week. It was probably Monday, Carla and I filled it out. It was from one of the forms that we kept seeing come over.
Yeah,
Yesterday was the first day. Yesterday
probably like a small business loan or something.
Well, God knows what we filled out then. We're just trying to bring money in.
My son got on that yesterday because he's 1099 and his place of work shut down. So it was the perfect thing. I was actually reading the car stuff that came out and I called him a couple of days ago because it fit him to a T. So he got on yesterday and the site was crashing all day yesterday. He finally got on last night and was able to apply.
Yeah,
I signed up. Oh, sorry. I signed up. There's a webinar, I think, at noon today.
Oh, I signed up for that one too.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
there's one tomorrow as well.
I talked to the guy from CAR yesterday and he said to wait till after the webinars because what it is they're explaining everything and all the questions that everybody's asking. They're taking in all these questions and each day filling new answers into the CAR so you know exactly what to fill out. So if you're doing the meetings today or tomorrow, like I didn't get in until tomorrow, you said then do it after the last meeting because they'll have more answers to some of the questions.
Awesome.
Makes sense.
Well, good, then I get to redo it, Carla and I.
Yeah, if you filled out one, Andrea, last week, it's probably the regular unemployment, which I did that too, and then it came back 0. And so that's where I was concerned about replying again. And so I guess you can, but you have to do it under the PUA now.
Okay. Nice.
And it is retroactive, it said, when I read up on it. It'll go back to, I think, March.
Yeah, and then you sign up as a new person.
Thing.
You sign, Andrea, if you signed under another one, then what they're saying is sign up a new one under the PUA.
Okay. Jesus. You want to answer? No, thanks. Oh, sorry.
All right, last but not least, last week I talked about the changes in the MLS. What is that called? I'm losing my mind. I didn't write it down. But that starts on Friday, where we have to put in the listings within 1 day. And so just keep that in mind for listings coming up. They're going to have the coming soon that new status should be coming online. So you'll start seeing that. And then also the registered. Sounds like the registered is not going to be immediately there, but just remember you got to put your listings in as 1 day after you take it in some fashion.
And it's a clear cooperation.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a headache today.
Hey, Shannon.
Yeah.
I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Sue DePriest. I thought we were going to have an offer going over to her today for Niblick until my buyer, the wife, pulled a number on me at 6:30 this morning and they pulled out. But she was great to work with and I thought we had a done deal almost and it was very disappointing. So whatever, I just want to say thanks, Sue, for your patience.
Good luck, Sue.
How nice
on
is
that
it you
one.
guys almost got to work together?
I know, it would have been great. It was, but oh well.
Next time.
Yeah. That's a great house.
Great house. I don't know why that house is still sitting there. It's such a cute house.
It is so cute. It's just, yeah, I know. It would have been perfect for them, but they were whatever.
Yeah.
Sue, I know you were trying to talk. Let me unmute. Try to unmute yourself again. Okay, talk again. We can't hear you.
Yeah, Carla can't talk either.
I know. I got that text. All right.
Oh.
Sign language. You can also chat if you want to. All right. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to call it a day. I'm glad to see all of you and hear all of you. So I think there's quite a few. Yeah.
Don't forget that legal update is today at 11.
Yeah, so it's right after this. If you weren't able to RSVP, I did confirm with Daniel that they will be recording it and publishing the recording on SRCAR's Facebook page. So either way, you should be able to catch it live or you should be able to catch the recording on that legal update. So hope you guys have a wonderful week. I'm here for you. Just give me a call, a text, email, Zoom, message me. I don't know, whatever, all those things. Hope you have a great week. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.